Welcome everyone to your full moon in Aquarius reading. Now Aquarius is an air sign. It has the traits of originality and vision. It's ruled by Uranus, which is about rebellion, upheaval, eccentricity. Now this full moon will fall in different houses depending on your rising sign. So I do recommend for these moon readings that you do look at your rising sign first and then your sun sign after that. If you feel drawn, you can also look for your moon sign. So I'll leave that completely up to how you feel. Now, just a bit of a note with the full moon. The full moon is about, it's the clarification and the results from questions, dreams, intentions that you set at the last new moon. It's also a time for gratitude and forgiveness. It's a time to let go of what hasn't been working, what is no longer working, what just hasn't worked. And it's a time of acceptance of where you are right now, where you find yourself now. So I hope you enjoy these readings, take them as they resonate, and if you do like them, please remember to hit the like button, and if you are so drawn, please remember to subscribe so you help my little channel to grow. Let's get into the readings. Hello Pisces, welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. That was quick. Wants you to look at the bigger picture. Is there an area of your life that you can zoom out and get a better idea of what's what, a clearer picture? Oh, to maybe what you need to release. Okay, so Pisces, this full moon in Aquarius is happening in your 12th house, which is ruled by Neptune. And the 12th house influences spirituality, seclusion, secrets, our fears, and where we might self-sabotage ourselves. So let's have a look if this reading might play out in those areas of your life. Now, I'm just going to pause this. I'm very sorry, Pisces. I've just dropped all my cards. I'm going to have to pick them up. So I'm just going to pause this video for a moment. My apologies. Sorry about that, Pisces. They all fell and they're just bundles spread out across the whole floor. So my apologies. Okay, Spirit. What can you tell Pisces for this full moon in Aquarius, please? Interesting, very masculine energy. I just feel there's like this energy here is being really sure of yourself, like really sure of yourself. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is interesting because that's, you know, new beginnings. So that's when we're not starting new things. So that's not when we're sure of ourselves. So interesting energies for this reading. Interesting. Let's see. Just grab the energies. I'm really drawn to this card. Actually, this embracing enthusiasm and the Page of Pentacles, I feel go really well together. So let's have a look at what's in store for you, Pisces. So we have a look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Now the full moon in Sagittarius was in June. So maybe this is what has been playing out. So have you been, since June, have you had things in your life happen that have made you kind of step back a bit and have a look at maybe what you need to tweak in your life or what needs to change? And the reason I say that is we have the waning moon and it says, what do you need to release? And when we can, perspective is amazing, because when we can zoom out and get the bigger picture, we see more, for starters, which enables us to make better decisions and see more clearly. And I'm wondering if that's what this full moon in Aquarius is going to bring you, Pisces, that ability just to see more and therefore see more clearly. When we have a real broad perspective on a situation or on anything in our life, it really helps us, because we're not just viewing it from a pinpoint where we can just get, we're standing so close to the wall we can't see anything but wall. When we can step back, we can see so much more. And I find that that's when we really make good decisions. That's when we have this kind of clarity and this kind of sureness. We have the waning moon, and it says, what do you need to release? So this might be a time of, letting go of things. Have things ended in your life, Pisces? And now things have ended, but now are you still holding on to them? Have you let go of maybe the sadness associated with them or the pain? Because this is, if you're a rising sign, Pisces, remember this is seclusion and secrets, and it's your fears and where you might self-sabotage. So I'm wondering, do you need to step back from yourself, go within and have a look at what no longer serves you and what you might be subconsciously still holding on to that's long gone, or that really is not part of the person you have now become. And the waning moon is about introspective. It's it's going within. It's turning within. It's a time of gratitude as well. It's a time of thinking about your goals. Almost reevaluating things. And generally they're things that haven't quite worked out like we thought they would. And sometimes that means that they weren't for us in the first place, or it can just mean that, okay, so it doesn't look the way I expected it to look. But is that wrong? Or is that just my perception of it? And I think that's sometimes what we even need to release, is just that real tunnel vision thinking. Like, I'm going to do this because I want this, and that's it. So even if universe brings us something better, because we're so focused on how it should look like and how it should be, we don't accept it. We don't see the bigger picture of how much greater it is, or how much, wow, we should be so grateful for it because it's better than what we ever thought. But because we're so stuck in our thought of how it should be, we think it's wrong or bad or not right. So have a look, Pisces, in which way this could be playing out for you in this reading and how it plays out in your particular circumstance and your particular life. And then we have embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. And I love that. I love the, you know, I just feel like the words that this person speaks are so in tune with her inner self, or, you know, if, I'm just saying it's a female because it's a female on the card, but for you gentlemen out there, you know, how he speaks. But it's how this person, what this person knows about themselves. Like, she knows her inner worth. And so what she speaks, she sends those ripples out into the world. And I see the butterflies here, and I think of that butterfly effect. You know, and when we embrace who we really are, we don't have to prove ourselves anymore. We know our own worth, our own self-worth, and that's good enough for us. Whether other people agree with that or not, whether they believe that or not, it no longer matters to us because we believe it and we know it. And so then our words become more aligned. We don't talk to be right, to give our opinion and to push our opinion. So what we say tends to have this ripple effect that really moves through the world in a real gentle kind of way. And that's when we touch people more, because we're not saying things or doing things in order to get something back. And that can be something like proving ourselves right. Even we no longer take action or speak for that. We just speak and take action from a place where that's what we're called to do. So everything comes from a place of love. And whenever we say anything with love in our heart, that's how it's going to be caught by others. That's how others will take it in. And that's where it ripples through. And that's why changing ourselves, or even changing is not the right word, but when we realize that we can operate from a soul level, and when we do in this world, this 3D, our everyday life world, we have a huge impact on things, because it comes from a place, you know, so much more profound than our ego. And I feel, Pisces, I feel that you're coming to that realization. And I'm going to skip these two just for the moment, because I'm going to go to the Page of Pentacles, because I feel when you release what no longer serves you, and again, that can be different for all of you, it's going to enable you to look at the bigger picture of who you are. Because I feel this is you. This is your internal self. This is your soul. You're going to see your soul. And I feel you're going to see this ripple effect that it has. You're going to see how you hold your tongue sometimes, where normally you would have been the first to talk. Now you might just stay silent. And in other situations where you wouldn't have said anything, you might now say something. And you're going to see how that impacts people. And I feel that's where this Page of Pentacles is coming from. The card says scholarly, I'm never sure if I pronounced that properly, so apologies. Cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get to work, an excellent opportunity presents itself, happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, a new area of study. And I feel the Page of Pentacles is that the pages for me are full of possibilities. And with this page, the Pentacle for me is the possibility of taking that seed and planting it and seeing what comes up. So it's almost like you've got an idea of what the seed might be. So it might be a vegetable, it might be a flower, it might be a tree, but you're not quite sure which one. And it's that excitement of you can't wait to plant it to see which one it ends up being. And I feel that that's a metaphor for your journey. And I feel that when we can release control on how things should be, when we know, we can see the bigger picture of what we're trying to achieve and our goals and our dreams and our aspirations, and we plant the seed knowing where we want it to kind of take us, but we're not too worried about, as long as it's in the ballpark, we don't mind too much what it ends up being. It's a beautiful space and it's exciting. And I find that it opens us up to so many possibilities and so many opportunities because we're open to receiving. And when we're open to receive, the universe can bring. And then we've got the tarot cards, which is the Emperor and the King of Swords. And I feel that it's in this energy of newness. This is starting a course. You might know very little. This is not mastery. This is the apprentice. But when you embrace the journey, you're embracing the learning with enthusiasm. You get to this space of being sure of yourself, understanding and clarity, and even though the knowledge won't be there yet, all the steps in how you're going to take this path or this journey or, won't be there yet. When you're an apprentice, you don't know what you don't know. You'll learn that. But you're in that spirit of being open to learning. That's when clarity can come to you. That's when you really embrace your power, because when we feel like we have to have it all figured out, when we feel like we have to have all the answers, we fumble. We possibly can even make it up. We pretend. And in that space of pretending, well, we can get tripped up. People ask a question, and when you're pretending you know it all, if somebody asks you a question, you know, more often than not, you won't be able to answer it because you don't have the knowledge yet. So it puts you in a real space of fear. You know, you're always in the space of fear of being caught out. So you are not at all in your power. Not at all, Pisces. You're in this make-believe, role-playing, mask-wearing scenario. And please make sure you allow yourself to be in this student. And it doesn't matter how old you are or how much you've climbed the ladder in your present career, or how maybe intellectual you are, or how people perceive you to know things. On this journey, you're the apprentice. Embrace that. Know that you won't have all the answers. And I find, you know, when I was saying her words feel really authentic. You know, you won't, if you embrace this, and I think you will, Pisces, because I feel it's in your nature. When you embrace this, you're going to be able to say to people, hey, I don't know, I'm learning. I haven't got to that bit yet. I can't wait till I learn that. I'll let you know as soon as I know. You'll be surprised how people don't expect us to know everything. We expect that of ourselves. And the Emperor is here saying, trust yourself enough, know your power enough to be honest with who you are right now. And embrace that. And the King of Swords is clarity. He knows what he knows. But you know what? He knows that he doesn't know it all. Somebody who thinks that they know it all becomes stuck. They become stagnant. Because once you think you know it all, well, you don't listen when other people talk, because why would you? They can't give you any additional information. You can never gain greater clarity or greater knowing, because when we think we know it all, that's it, we stop growing. You know, and the kings for me are pushing energy out into the world. And the Emperor embodies all the kings for me. You know, he's learned all the king's lessons and he embodies them all. And I feel the Emperor to me is all about your inner power, knowing your power, knowing and understanding your self-worth. And I feel that, you know, you're going to be embracing this journey, this newness. And you're not going to let not knowing things stop you from knowing your worth. You know that you're growing. You know, you're not going to hide what you don't know from others. You're going to be quite happy to say, look, I don't know. I'm still learning. It's going to really change how you interact with people. And I'm wondering if it's going to bring clarity on how you don't need to know everything. And that'll help you release so much baggage that just doesn't serve you, that you do not want to bring into this new journey of yours. You don't want your mind clouded with all past things that you thought you knew, or past ways of doing things. You want your mind to be, you know, really an empty vessel that can be filled with new knowledge. Such an interesting reading, Pisces, for you. This full moon in Aquarius is really going to bring you newness and learning and insights that you just never had before. And I love that. Pisces, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining me. If these messages have resonated and you've liked them, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. It helps me grow my little channel. Take care, Pisces. Love and light. See you next time. Bye-bye.